Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
This microphone for you.
Muy buenas noches para todos. Les damos la bienvenida a la rueda de prensa oficial del duelo histórico en Tierra de Campeones, junto a los dos mejores tenistas del mundo y a los representantes de IMLA de Colombia. Hoy nos acompañan en la mesa principal Manuel Maté y Humberto Mora, directivos de IMLA de Colombia. También nos acompaña Roger Federer y Alexander Zverev en esta visita tan importante que hacen a nuestro país. Los dejo con Manuel Maté, gerente general de IMLA de Colombia.
Bueno, muchas gracias a todos por venir a esta rueda de prensa que tanto habíamos esperado. Yo la verdad no tengo mucho más que decir. Lo que tengo que decir lo tengo aquí a mi izquierda con estos dos super jugadores y más bien le voy a ceder la palabra en orden que Carolina nos ponga el orden de la forma que lo vamos a hacer. Muchas gracias.
Antes que nada quiero presentarles a Nicolás Pereira, comentarista deportivo muy reconocido en nuestro país. Bienvenido.
Muchas gracias.
Perfecto, vamos con unas palabras de Humberto Mora.
Buenas noches, bienvenidos. Se hizo realidad el sueño que teníamos y que lo hablamos con ustedes. Mil gracias por todo el apoyo. Gracias a Roger, gracias Alexander. Estamos aquí para ver un duelo histórico. Pero como decía Mate, aquí venimos para oírlos a ellos. A nosotros nos han oído mucho. Entonces, Nico, bienvenido también. Nicolás Pereira, un gran amigo y un gran deportista, y por favor, hazte cargo de esta rueda de prensa.
Muchas gracias, Humberto, Manolo, Alexander, Roger. Welcome to Colombia. As you can see, everybody's waiting for you here. So we're going to start with a few words from you, Roger, after you, Alexander, and I'm going to try and translate as best as I can.
Well, good evening, everybody. I am extremely happy to be back in Bogotá, in Colombia. When I go back and always talk about who were the loudest fans in my career, people might think of a US Open night session, and they are extremely loud. But the biggest shock and the loudest crowd I ever had was here in Bogotá when I walked out against Wilfried Tsonga back in 2012. So I'm very happy to be back. I'd like to thank Manuel, Mate, thank you for believing in me and bringing me back this year. You were the backbone of the South America tour, so we appreciate that. I'd like to thank Sasha to be on the tour with me, and that we can hopefully play a great match tomorrow. I have no doubt it's going to be fantastic. The crowds, I'm sure, are going to be great. Humberto, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting and also believing in this match here. And I think making a dream come true for hopefully many tennis fans in this country, and also for us, the two players. So thank you very much. Thanks for coming out, and I hope you all enjoy the match tomorrow.
Que estaban muy contentos de estar aquí en Colombia nuevamente.
Sorry, I was a bit long.
You killed me.
I forgot.
Que más allá del ruido que se hace en la cancha central del US Open, acá recibió la ovación más fuerte que ha recibido en su carrera, así que está muy contento. Le agradeció a Sasha de estarlo acompañando, al igual que a Manolo y a Humberto, y que regresó por lo mucho que le gustó su primera visita a Colombia. Sasha, please.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I would like to thank for the invite, of course, from everybody who made this event possible, from Humberto and obviously Manuel. You know, obviously you guys have been working very hard to make this possible for Roger and myself to play in front of the amazing fans. I heard so much from Roger. You know, I heard that the greatest atmosphere he ever played in, and he played in front of many great atmosphere, I'm sure, was here in Bogotá. So, you know, I'm just happy to be back in Colombia for the third time in my life. It's a country that I really enjoy. It's a country that is really amazing, has amazing nature, has amazing, you know, people as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for us, of course, for I hope the spectators as well, and for everybody that is in this room. So yeah, just a massive thank you to Roger for taking me on this tour. Already played 2 great matches in Chile and Buenos Aires, and I think this one is going to be very special to both of us as well.
Muy contento de estar de regreso por tercera vez acá en Bogotá. Gracias a Roger por invitarlo a este circuito, que verdaderamente ha estado muy emotivo el recibimiento y que no puede agradecerlo suficiente y que espera jugar un gran partido acá, al igual que lo hicieron en los últimos días en Buenos Aires y en Chile. Vamos a proceder con las preguntas. La primera es de Caracol Radio, Juliana Salazar. Si ustedes pueden hacer la pregunta en inglés, adelante. Si no, yo la traduzco. Adelante.
Hola, hola. Hi, Roger. Hi, Alexander. It's very nice to have you here. Thanks for being with us. My question is, after winning everything, what is your biggest motivation to play, and how would you like to be remembered? Thank you.
Yeah, big questions. It's tough to answer that short and sweet, but honestly, it's easy for me to be motivated and happy on the tennis tour. I always get a chance to play on the biggest courts around the world with the most incredible crowds, places I've gone to before. I feel like a returning guest, part of the fabric of the tournament, or I come to places for the very first time, which is incredibly exciting. So that's easy in terms of motivation. Of course, I need to have success, to still keep playing against the best players in the world, like Rafa, Novak, Sasha, and everybody. You need to be able to feel like you can still compete with the best. I think also facing the younger generation for me is actually quite exciting after having played all the other guys I mentioned for many, many times, just seeing the young guys come through and saying that maybe I was their hero, or they used to watch me on TV. I remember what it meant to me to play against Sampras and Agassi and all these guys that I knew from TV. That was something that I thought was very, very cool. And then the second part was, my legacy. Well, I hope I was good for the game, and that I was famous for being maybe fair and tough at the same time. And I hope I've represented the game as good as I could always over the 20-plus years that I've been on tour, really. And that I promoted the game like I'm doing here right now in this country. That's quite important for me. And that I could maybe also inspire and motivate young kids to go play tennis or do sports in general, which I think is very important.
La pregunta fue sobre la motivación y sobre el legado. La motivación dice que no es difícil jugando en los mejores escenarios del mundo contra los mejores contrarios del momento, y que para él fue también muy importante haber jugado en su momento contra los grandes del circuito cuando él entró. Y en cuanto al legado, que espera ser un buen embajador para nuestro deporte y dejar verdaderamente un mensaje de esperanza y un mensaje correcto para las generaciones que vienen. Siguiente pregunta es de Winsport, Laura Bernal.
Hola, hola. Sí. Good night, Roger Federer. Roger, welcome back to Bogotá. I would like to ask you, after all these years of your career, winning so many medals, titles, but what is the real value of your life, being welcome to every city that you visit with love, with admiration, and what is that legacy that you would like to leave in all the little kids that will start playing thanks of you?
I was actually thinking the same thing.
Yeah, for me, I don't know if it's that important for me to feel the love necessarily. If they're there, it's a plus and it's a bonus, and I really just feel like it's supposed to be more unexpected, And we do kids clinics. We will do one tomorrow. Yes. We did one in Chile. We did one in Buenos Aires as well. And I think it's very important for us, the top stars, to connect with the local market or with the juniors, with the kids, and give them advice, play with them, touch them in some shape or form that is going to inspire them for maybe a few days, maybe weeks, months, years, who knows what it is. But I think it's a beautiful thing when you can help others, because we're all together on this journey while we're on this planet together. And I like it when we are kind to one another and help each other. And with children, I have 4, it's very important to lead by example and be a good role model, I believe.
Referente a todas las ciudades que visita, con el cariño que lo reciben y lo que quiere dejar en memoria de los niños, y dice que a él le gusta dejar ciertas cosas que no estén tan organizadas, que sean al azar, pero lo más importante es compartir con los niños, dejarles la motivación, así sea por días, semanas o el tiempo que sea, pero que todos los que estamos en esta tierra podamos compartir y darnos lo mejor a cada uno de nosotros, y para él eso es lo más importante. Vamos con la W, Juan Felipe Sierra. ¿Sí?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Juan Felipe, una más. One question for
Thank you for
Alexander.
Israel. Alexander, welcome to Bogotá. Have you been struggling with the altitude for tomorrow's match? And what are your expectations for tomorrow?
I hope he's struggling.
I've played here one time in Bogota when I was 15 years old, and yes, I was struggling. But I hope I am a better tennis player than I was when I was 15, and I can adjust a little, but I actually played always very, very good with altitude on the tour. I've won many tournaments with altitude, but not this kind of altitude, not the 2,800 meters that we're on right now. So it's gonna be 2,600. I'm very sorry for my mistake. So it's gonna be interesting to see. We're gonna practice tomorrow one time. I'm gonna give him as less rhythm as possible, Roger. I'm gonna do everything just to play well myself, and it's gonna be interesting to see. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be exciting, definitely.
La pregunta fue sobre la altura en Bogotá y cómo la está asimilando. Dice que ya jugó aquí una vez cuando tenía 15 años, pero que espera que no juegue muy bien. Y Roger dice, espero que no se acostumbre mucho. Y dice que van a entrenar mañana un poco, le va a dar poco ritmo para que no se acostumbre para el partido, pero que espera acoplarse bien. Ahora sí, Juan Felipe Sierra.
Hola. Hi, Roger, Alexander. I want to ask you, what is the balance that both of you does of this year?
The balance?
Sorry?
Yeah, the balance, the sport balance that you of this year.
Maybe.
How do you think the year was?
Oh, how the year was.
the year was.
Me?
I know mine, but you have to answer yours.
Yeah, it's been a difficult year for me. You know, so I think I've talked about it a lot of times. I'd have lived a lot of things outside the court. I had a lot of things going on in my life which I never had before. So I was not playing the best tennis, but still you can see it in a very positive way because I still finished the year number 7 in the world. So for me, having a lot of struggles, a lot of stress, a lot of things that shouldn't have happened, and I'm still, top 8, top 7 in the world, it shows me that, that I can play at the top of the game. So I hope next year will be different. I hope next year will be much better. I was hoping this year was going to be much better after I won the World Tour Finals last year. But, things happen in life, things happen on the court, outside the court, and this is just a process. I think everybody has to go through it at a certain time. I don't know, you can ask Roger, maybe he went through something like that when he was much, much younger. But, it's just like how it is, and I'm ready to go for next year already.
Ha sido un año difícil para mí, sobre todo afuera de la cancha, pero al terminar quedé número 7, quedé dentro de los primeros 8 del mundo, o sea que se demuestra lo que puedo hacer en la cancha, espera aprender de esas experiencias y le pueden preguntar a Roger porque él también ha tenido ese tipo de dificultades, pero que como proyecto de crecimiento ha sido un año positivo para él.
Yeah, I thought my year was really good. It could have been amazing if I would have won maybe Wimbledon or maybe the World Tour Finals at the end of the year, but it wasn't so. I still was able to win 4 titles plus the Hopman Cup and the Laver Cup, which was fantastic in Geneva with Sasha on the team. By the way, we had a great time there already. And, important for me is to be healthy, and feel like I compete with the best, so like a win over Novak, last week, that was obviously something special after the tough matches I had against him in the past. The semis I had against Rafa at Wimbledon, that was something special after all the tough matches we've had against each other. So I'm very happy with my level of play, and I think I just got to keep on working hard and always find new ways to make life difficult for the young guys, like Sasha next to me.
Para mí fue un año increíble con 4 títulos. Ha podido ser aún más extraordinario si hubiera ganado Wimbledon, pero tuve buenas victorias como en el Labour Cup y también la semana pasada sobre Novak Djokovic. También tuve el chance de ganarle a Rafa Nadal, así que voy a seguir haciendo mi mejor por hacerle la vida más difícil a todos estos jugadores jóvenes que vienen subiendo.
And I was just very happy to win my 100th title. It was a milestone. So
Que está
that was a big moment.
muy contento de haber ganado su título número 100, que fue un momento muy importante y muy grande.
I won my 11th, if everybody cares.
Yo gané el número 11.
I don't.
A ver. Vamos con Pulso y Sergio Jacome, por favor.
Good night, Roger. Was it true that in 2016 you thought about retiring?
No.
And what was the key maybe to return in 2017 and win the most important tournaments?
I mean, I think any injury at 30, I don't know how old I was, 35, becomes scary, and it could mean the end. I knew that my meniscus injury was not going to be an injury that was going to keep me out for the rest of my career. I knew if I wanted to, I could come back and at least play with pain, or I could at least finish with a few tournaments played if I really, really wanted to, and the operation wouldn't have gone well. But it did, and I gave myself, I felt enough time to come back, but then I did have complications, and my knee was always getting swollen, and it was always a problem for me for the entire summer. And that's when then unfortunately I had to pull out of the Olympics in Rio, US Open, World Tour Finals, everything just had to collapse after Wimbledon. And it gave me 6 months of time to really get ready for 17. And I think it was a great decision for me to take, and it showed me that you don't always have to think of the next week. Sometimes you have to think, well, missing 6 months in a 20-year career all of a sudden doesn't sound so much. So you have to be able to take a step back, and I was able to do that. And I came back super strong, rejuvenated, happy, and my knee was totally healed. And then tennis was fun again. So I didn't think of retirement by any means, but of course I was asked a lot.
Dice que nunca pensó sobre el retiro, que sabía que la lesión del menisco era algo de lo cual él iba a poder volver, que se tomó su tiempo y que volvió con tranquilidad, que volvió tranquilo, que volvió fresco y que le dio la oportunidad de entender que no se tiene que planear semana a semana, sino que también puede ver un poco más adelante para hacer una mejor planificación. Que tal que una lesión a los 36, 37 puede ser algo difícil, pero que cuando él se lesionó el menisco, él sabía que si hacía las cosas bien, podía volver. Vamos con Jorge Arabia de RCN.
He's here.
Presente.
He's hiding.
Uh-oh, undercover.
You fell asleep.
It happens. Bueno, sigue Sergio Jacome, no, Fox Sports, Teo González.
Hi, Roger. Hi, Alexander. My question is for Roger. Next year, you will become one of the few tennis players in history to play in 4 different decades. What is the secret to be at the highest level of tennis in all this time? Thank you so much.
Passion for the game, being motivated, reminding yourself, why did you start playing tennis? Wasn't it supposed to be fun? And understanding that it's actually a privilege, that what we're doing, to have made our passion our job, even though I don't call it a job ever, because it's not. And so I feel like I need to squeeze that lemon as hard as possible, because I know that many others would love to be in my position, and I cannot just throw that away. I feel like out of respect for the game and the fans and everybody, I feel like I need to give it all I have. having the right team, wife, parents has been key, I think, to my success. And I can't ever thank them enough. So that's it, fairly simple, but it's not easy.
Eres el único jugador que ha estado jugando a este nivel durante 4 décadas. ¿Cuál ha sido tu secreto? Y Roger contesta que la pasión por el juego, saber, entender que es eso, un juego es lo que comenzamos a hacer, que él no tiene el privilegio de no tener que llamarlo un trabajo, que le tiene que agradecer a su equipo, a su esposa, a la gente que ha estado alrededor de él y que lo ha sabido apoyar, y que sencillamente eso, que es que te guste lo que haces. Canal Capital, Nixon Carranza.
Roger, Alexander, welcome to Colombia. La pregunta para Roger, a lo largo de su carrera deportiva, afortunadamente no ha tenido grandes lesiones, como usted lo decía. ¿Dónde ha estado el secreto o ha sido suerte? Y para Alexander, ¿qué queda de ese chico de 18 años que fue elegido en 2015 como el mejor novato del mundo? Gracias.
I don't understand.
Come on, you understand.
Muy bien, gracias. No. And then I stop. Please,
Well,
Nico, help me.
For Alexander, what is left of that young 18-year-old that was named the newcomer of the year in 2015? You want to go ahead and answer that, and then we'll go, please.
What's left? I mean, the passion, the love for the game, but at the end of the day, I also grew up. I'm 22 years old now. I obviously been through a lot. I've won a lot of matches, won a lot of tournaments, so it's actually in a positive way I moved on from that 18-year-old. I think I'm more mature, even though I think Roger will disagree with me after this trip.
So far, so good. We'll see. We'll see tonight.
You know, as an 18-year-old until now and even the next few years, I'm still learning. I'm still learning every day. I'm still learning from every match that I play. I'm still learning from every loss that I have. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the passion is still there. The love for the game is still there. The hunger to win tournaments is still there. But in general, I think I grew up. I am better. I am a better tennis player than I was. I am, hopefully a better person than I was as well. So, generally, I just grew up, I hope.
Dice que generalmente que ya creció en cuanto a qué queda de ese niño de 18 años que ahora a los 22 años aprecia más las cosas, que no sé, que Roger le dirá un poco más adelante cómo ha cambiado, pero que él cree que ha mejorado, él cree que es mejor jugador y mejor persona, y eso es lo que él espera. Discúlpeme, pero la primera parte de la pregunta para Roger, si es tan amable, para poder...
Afortunadamente, él a lo largo de su carrera no ha tenido muchas lesiones. ¿Dónde está el secreto o ha sido suerte?
Unfortunately, you have not had many injuries throughout your career. Where is the secret?
Well, first, he's got a lot to look forward to. He doesn't have the pressure of time like I have, so he should enjoy it, even though the professional athlete's life is full of stress. Everybody wants to see the next result, but I think he's on the right path and he doesn't need to ever worry. And right now, maybe the year was not the best, but I'm sure next year he will be even stronger, and not the best year, still 7 in the world. I mean, any player would basically take that, even me. So the question to the secret of staying injury-free, I think it has been, for me, I practiced correct. I practiced wisely and carefully planned with my fitness coach and my tennis coaches throughout my career. I've definitely gotten lucky, when I was 18 or 22, like what Sasha is now, because I was not the most professional. I was nearly not as professional as Sasha was at his age. And I think I got lucky to come through that period unharmed. I've had my back issues, knee issues, whatever issues I've had also. I've had problems also besides the court, but for the most part, I think my happy spirit, my happy attitude has also kept me away from trouble, from problems. I think it's very important, you know, that I've had the balance between the matches and my other life, you know, my friends and family and all that. And understanding that, in a way, the tennis life is not the real life, it's the fun life, you know. And the real life is at home, where I have my roots, where my parents are, where my friends are, and etc. So I think all of that goes into staying injury-free to some extent, for me, anyway. But yeah, I've worked, I feel really hard to stay injury-free. It wasn't a gift, like everybody think it was.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Dice que no fue un regalo, que ha tenido que trabajar muy duro, que desde los 18 a los 22 años tal vez no era el jugador más profesional, no tanto como lo es Sasha en este momento, pero que ha sido una gran combinación de haber encontrado el equipo perfecto y de trabajar de manera correcta e inteligente. Pero que para él la clave es, de nuevo, que la vida, que el juego es el tenis, que la vida real está afuera de la cancha y que nunca ha perdido la perspectiva de eso. Deporte Total Radio, Luis Ernesto González.
It's a good name.
Dice Ernesto.
Like
buenas noches para todos. Hola Roger, Alexander. Para Roger, es tal vez Wimbledon y Australia para el 2020 los principales objetivos que hay, teniendo en cuenta lo que ocurrió el año inmediatamente anterior, o este año, perdón, que está en curso. Y para Alexander, si ya entre ustedes los jóvenes, ¿hay algún plan para destronar a estos tres señores, como son Roger, Rafa y Novak, en los Grand Slam?
To Roger, if Australia and Wimbledon are your plans or your principal plans for next year, and to Sasha and company, if you young guys have made any plans to dethrone these three guys that are now on top?
So, about, yeah, good question. I'm not sure. Obviously, it starts with the Australian Open, no doubt about it. I will be training extremely hard in the off-season like everybody else, but I know I can win the Australian Open, which I think is really important for me to know. Had two incredible years, 17 and 18, to win there. That is not long ago, so that gives me belief I can do it there. So clearly, it is, because it's the first tournament of the year, it is going to be a priority, regardless of what you're going to try to say. It is. Wimbledon always is. I don't even have to elaborate more on that. Olympics as well for me. I'm going to play in Tokyo, which I'm going to be really excited. So that, of course, is as well. And then along the way, as we progress in the season, of course, US Open and others, World Tour finals, hopefully I can qualify as well. I have a lot of highlights, and basically at this stage of my career, whichever tournament I enter is important to me. Otherwise, I'm not going to play. So it's that simple.
Dice que referente a Australia, obviamente porque es el primer torneo del año, pero que haberlo ganado en el 2017 y 2018 le da confianza como que lo puede volver a hacer, así que es algo a lo cual está apuntando, pero a medida que va avanzando el año, por supuesto que Wimbledon es una prioridad, pero cuando ya pasamos de la mitad del año, el US Open y la final de ATP para él son importantes, pero que en este momento de su carrera todos los torneos son importantes y que les pone igual de atención. Sasha?
Yeah, I mean, to my question, I think this is sport. When you go out on the court, you will do your best to win, and you will do your best to be the better player at the end of the day. But you also cannot plan things like, you know, this year I'm going to do that, this year I'm going to do that, and then this year is the year I'm finally going to win a Grand Slam. That's not how it works. You work hard, you do everything that you can to give yourself the best opportunity to put yourself in the position, and then you go out on court and you try your best. It's not like next year is the year where we know that the young guy is going to win a Grand Slam. Is it possible? Yes, because I think the young guys are playing very, very good tennis, because, you know, the past, I think 2017, 2018, it was more the years where, you know, it was Dominic Thiem and maybe myself at the top of the game, but Roger, Rafa and Novak were better than us. They were winning the bigger tournaments. Even though I won 3 Masters and I won the World Tour Finals, they were still winning all the Grand Slams. And now more young guys start to play well. You know, the Tsitsipas is playing really great tennis. He just won the World Tour Finals. Medvedev had a had a run where he made 6 finals in a row, made a Grand Slam final, so he was the first young guy to do that as well. Berrettini made London, so there's a bigger group now of young guys that are playing much, much better tennis. So is it going to happen? I don't know, but is it possible?
So no plan?
No. It's absolutely possible. The game is there, and it's almost all in the mind at this point for the young guys. So they're right there.
Sorry, I'm changing my mind. We are winning all 4 Grand Slams next year.
They definitely close the gap.
Que sí es posible, que ciertamente no hay un plan, que lo mejor que puedes hacer es prepararte lo mejor posible y que él cree que hay un grupo de 6 que en cualquier momento pueden ganar, que si va a ser el año que viene, no sabe. Roger dice que sí es posible, pero de nuevo, Sasha dice que va a ser muy, muy complicado sacarlos a los 3 que están jugando el mejor tenis, aunque el nivel de los muchachos que vienen subiendo ya está ahí, muy cerca de ganar el primer título de Grand Slam para esa generación. Alexis Rodríguez de Canal 1, por favor.
Roger, Sasha, welcome always. My question is for Roger. The individual gold medal is the only debt in tennis?
The only?
Debt. Deuda. Debt.
Like the only thing you didn't win.
If that's the biggest.
It's the only thing that you haven't won.
That's it. Yeah, I have not won it, yes. So I would like to win it, yes. But it's not, it does not have to be. I will try my best, and any medal for Switzerland personally is good enough for me. Because I know that will be good enough, I hope, for the Swiss people. But press and people always think everything needs to be ticked, every box. You have to achieve everything, otherwise something is missing, it's not complete. I completely disagree. You can have a wonderful career with missing stuff. As long as you try your very best and did the best you could. Sometimes it's out of your control, sometimes you get unlucky, you know, sometimes you get lucky. So all I know is I'll give it all I have, and if I can win the Olympic gold, my God, that would be just completely crazy.
Que una deuda definitivamente, pero que es más el público y la prensa que creen que para tener una carrera completa hay que marcar cada una de los títulos, y para él no es así, que él va a intentar de lo mejor en cuanto a la medalla olímpica porque quiere darle lo mejor al público suizo y espera que eso sea suficiente para ellos, pero que definitivamente le encantaría ser campeón olímpico. Vamos con la última pregunta de Colombia Sportsnet, Mauricio Hernández.
Bueno, primero para Roger, bienvenido a Colombia, por supuesto, Alexander también. Para Roger, seguramente ha cumplido los sueños profesionales que se trazó cuando era muy joven, incluso cuando era niño. Pero ¿cuál es ese sueño personal por el que se levanta uno en las mañanas y por el que trabaja